Okay, and we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I was going to say, welcome to How to Train Your Gavin.
This is How to Train Your Gavin.
Welcome to our live show for Frostheart. I am joined by a very special, lovely, wonderful, incredible person. One of my best friends in the whole wide world, Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin.
Honestly, Lexi, it's such an honor because I'd never heard of this book before. So you've opened my eyes to a whole new world.
I actually I know that the reason this book won was because of you. Because when I was looking through the comments on Patreon, everyone was like, I need to read this because it's Gavin's favorite. And that made me so happy because I want to read it because it's your favorite too.
Yeah, and I honestly know, I want everyone to know in the comments, I hold no offense to anyone if nobody liked it. Seriously. I'm calm. I'm fine. I'm ready. I'm ready for any and all opinions I'm ready for. So don't even worry about it. I know I love this book so much, but yeah, when you did that poll and I saw Frostheart, I was like, if anything else wins, I'm unsubscribing.
Well, I'm so glad it won then. That worked out really, really well.
Yeah, it would have been very awkward.
Could you imagine? Oh, Gavin, you're not Gavin?
I thought you were here. Oh no.
By the way, I think everyone knows who you are, but in case they don't, do you want to introduce yourself, talk about your channel, talk about your favorite types of books, all of that stuff?
So I'm How to Train Your Gavin, and I say I'm Gavin, but my channel's called How to Train Your Gavin. But I'm in that kind of space where everything is about my channel, really, and everything I do for, because it's everything that I do just day to day. I think, wow, maybe I am How to Train Your Gavin. Who's Gavin? Who is he? He's he's just a figment of our imagination, and it's just the channel now. But I love reading like a bit of everything. And my main passion that I found recently, or not exactly recently, but the past few, I guess, years, is making like proper vlog projects and doing proper big challenges and things. I love doing stuff like that. So I read a bit of everything, whether it's manga or young adult or some of the books that you never would have thought actually existed, like the Gossip Girl books. Currently reading through those, and I didn't realize they were books. So
yes, yeah. I love all of the vlogs are so episodic. Like they're so well done. They're so well thought out, and they're so unique and creative. Like some of the ideas that you come up with, I'm like, I would have never thought to look for that in a book series. And the last one that you did for Vampire Diaries, that one really, really did well, didn't it?
I think it's because it's the Vampire Diaries. I feel like even if you're not exactly a reader, I think it's Vampire Diaries. Like that was huge. I used to be the biggest fan of that show.
Me
and
too.
to see, like, if somebody else had done that video, I would have watched it because my nostalgia for it, even though it was only 10 years ago or something, I still feel so nostalgic towards it. So I think I'm just tapping away to everyone's nostalgia. I've done Goosebumps, Vampire Diaries, Pretty Little Liars. That's kind of me now. That's my brand, nostalgia.
Sabrina, you've done Sabrina,
yes, doing Gossip Girl next. So yeah, it's just kind of, what is it? Cashing in on everyone's nostalgia.
I love that. I think that's so good. Well, hi, everyone. By the way, thank you so much for coming here today. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I'll give you kind of a little bit of a breakdown of the night. So first, we're just going to kind of hang out and let everyone kind of come. Then we're going to go to our non-spoiler section. So you can hang out here. Even if you have not read the book, you won't get spoiled. Then we'll go ahead and go on to spoilers. And then we'll kind of wrap things up. It'll be nice and casual and cozy. But while you guys are coming in, I would love to know, what book or books are you currently reading?
Should I also say mine?
Yes. Yeah, let's start with you.
So I'll show you the book that I recently hold and then the book that I am actually reading. Because this just came and I'm like so excited. It's called Song of Silver, Flame Like Night.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's brand new, I think. And it's by Emily Wen Zhao. And yeah, it's like fantasy. It sounds, I don't know, maybe a little Poppy War-esque, but more fantastical with kingdoms and dragons and all of that kind of stuff. So
sounds
that's
nice.
Yeah, that's my last hold. But what I'm reading is the second book of Gossip Girl. I'm only on book 2. I thought I would be much like further than I am.
Yeah.
But I'm only on book 2 out of 14. Book 2 out of
I
14.
remember buying the first book like in Barnes and Noble when I was in high school, I think. Did you like it? A little sneak peek. Are you enjoying it so far?
Honestly, I now, because my problem is I try and be too analytical and too like, oh, this isn't like great literature.
No,
But
I love that.
it's good every now and then. But I think with Gossip Girl, I can't do that. I think I just have to let myself have a fun time.
Yeah.
Like everything is toxic in it, and I kind of like it. It's very
I love that.
messy. It's so messy. It's like it's not like the best written, but I'm having such a fun time, and I think that's the main thing. So yeah,
I love
it's
that.
fun. I think you should. Do you still have your copy of it?
I might actually.
Oh,
I actually might. It would be very old and weathered, but like it would,
perfect.
yeah, I can check. It would be at my parents' house. It wouldn't be here, I don't think.
Oh my gosh, yes. Next time you're at parents' house, please check. I'd love to see it.
I will check actually because now I'm like really, really interested. I remember I used to do the thing where like I would write my name on the side of the books. And so I can
Wait,
picture it.
wait, hang on. You would write your name on like the side, like on the pages?
Isn't that weird? I don't know why, but I would like hold the spine together and I would put my name. I think I stopped doing that like as I was in high school. But like I used to think it would be so cool to have like my name on all of the spines. So
That's so cute. You
or
should
the
try it
pages.
again. You should do it again.
Could you imagine? I feel like I would get so roasted on the internet, but
Yeah,
okay.
you would probably, yeah. Defacing them all.
With my name. Okay, so these are the 3 that I'm currently in the middle of. The first one, have you read this? 7 Days in June?
No, but I'm is it your Instagram stories when you've been talking about like how
Yes.
much you're enjoying it? Yeah, I want to
Yes.
now.
It's like the romance in it is so you would fall in love with him. Like I promise you, you would be in love with Okay. So
I
there's this moment. Okay, so hold on. I'm really passionate about this and then we'll get into the book. Okay, so there's 2 main characters and they're both writers. And they both like one of them the girl whose name I totally forgot, Eva. Do you ever do that where you get
all the
excited about a
time.
book but then you're like I don't know who they
There are
are?
too many characters to remember. I get it, seriously.
Yeah. So Eva is a romance author and she has written her main vampire love, but like she's based him off of this guy that she fell in love with when she was a younger, like teenager.
Mm.
That person is also a famous writer and he has written all of his main protagonist women based off of Eva. They
Oh,
haven't met in 10 years. They finally meet at a book convention and the tension is so
rife. It's rife.
so that's the main one. Okay. And then I'm also reading a short story collection, which is super, super weird, and The Villa, which I'm buddy reading with one of my new bookish friends.
And they wrote Reckless Girls, right?
Yes, which I haven't read. I don't think I've read anything, but I have all of Rachel Hawkins' books. And in fact, they're like on display, oddly, but I haven't read them. Very beautiful covers, though.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what everyone oh my gosh, actually I almost posted a goose update today, but I was so embarrassed because I was like, everyone is gonna be so sick of my bullshit. So I didn't I'm so sorry. Everyone is gonna be so sick of what I'm saying. And so I ended up not, but
Sick of
oh
your
my goodness.
messiness, essentially, your chaos. They're sick of your chaos.
Yes, they're sick. That's such a better word. They're sick of my chaos. And I was like, oh my goodness. I'm just obsessed with the geese who live here. I really, really am.
Well, to be fair, I sent a DM today in response to your story of the
You did.
and I was like, at least they're real.
I know because the swans in my neighborhood are not real. And, anyways, it's fine. I'm still not over it. Okay, let's see what you guys are reading. So, reading John Adams. Oh, very exciting. I really want to read this. I've wanted to read this for such a long time. Have you read Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson yet?
Have I? No, the only Brandon Sanderson I've read is The Final Empire and Skyward. I've only read those 2.
Did you like them?
I like Skyward. Oh, and I read the sequel to Skyward, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a classic right here. I don't think I've read this one either.
me neither, but I really do love me some classics. Do
Yeah,
love.
me too. I'm excited. Didn't you say that you're going to do all of the Bronte sisters next?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited for that one.
me
I'm
too.
sorry.
Because I've only read Jane Eyre, and I can't even remember it that well. And that's a classic. Like that's like the classic to a lot of people. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited.
I'm so sad that you didn't like Giovanni's Room. I have not read that, but after your last vlog, now I'm like, "Oh, do I wanna read it?" Because it doesn't sound
It had such
bummer.
high hopes, but for some reason, a lot of like LGBTQ plus fiction from back in the day are very misogynistic and sexist towards women, and I don't
Mm.
know why. I
Hmm,
really don't know why. It's a shame.
that's such a bummer.
Mm.
I loved this one. You've read these, right? By V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab?
Yeah, I've read all of them, and I think the Tunnel of Bones one is my favorite of the three.
That's the one is that the one that
Paris.
Paris? Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, I like that one as well. The Vanish oh my goodness, I love The Vanishing Half. 5 out of 5 for me, and I also
me too.
loved actually, this is the only Brown Sister one that I haven't read. Have you read these, romance novels? I love them.
Yeah, but isn't Chloe Brown like the first one? You've read the second, and third?
Yeah, I read the 2nd and the 3rd, but not the 1st one because they didn't have it at my bookstore,
Oh,
but I've heard that the 1st one actually isn't as good.
well, who read it recently though? I think was it Kayla who read it recently and like
Mhm.
wasn't the biggest fan. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed it. I give it like 4 stars, I think.
4 stars. I need to pick it up. I really need to pick it up. Ooh, that would be in time for our movie night, which I'm so
Honest,
excited about.
same, honestly. And now I really kind of want to reread Romeo and Juliet. I know it's like
Me
a
too.
play, but like I just kind of I want that to happen now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, do I have time to make a video? But I don't think I do. But I no. I-
You're thinking about it. There
yeah.
I don't know this one, but how
It's
exciting.
Brandon Sanderson. You know his Kickstarter thing? It's the first of the 4 secret projects.
I will forever be mad that I didn't participate in the Kickstarter. I was following it, but I didn't think to order in it, and
Mm.
I'm the biggest dum dum.
Well,
Anyways.
I did, and I still haven't received anything, so maybe I'm the biggest
Aw.
dungeon. I know.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that you're loving the second Nevermore book. Yes, and I still haven't read The Priory of the Orange Tree. Have you?
Yes, I read the first one. I need to reread it because it's one of those books where you read it the once and
Mhm.
you instantly know you have to reread it. I don't
Yeah.
know if you ever feel that way, but like you've just finished a book and you're like, I should go back to the start because I
Yeah.
didn't take a whole lot in at all. It's
Yes.
one of those.
Well, okay, I want to get to everyone, but let's go ahead and start with some of the questions because it's already 6:12. I don't know how that happened. Sorry. It's
Because
so
it's us.
easy.
It's
Yeah.
us. That's why.
I was gonna say, I feel like with you and I, it's so easy just to chat about, I don't know, everything all night long. So, okay, I'm gonna try really hard to stick to the schedule though. So let's see here. Oh, okay. Let's start with a non spoiler that has nothing to do with the book. What's one thing that has brought you joy so far this week?
What week are we on? Oh, it's Wednesday. Okay.
Or you can
um,
do today too.
oh, well, I guess I had a good result from a health test recently.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, I guess
Yay.
that I'm always worried about my health. So I'm just like, I'll just take all the tests. Even
Yeah,
if I don't need to, I will still just, try and do things. I guess it's just my body is just constantly tired and doesn't want to do things. So I'm
same.
like, is that a health thing? But then it never is. And I'm like, well, hot damn. But I'm kind of glad. I'm glad. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like, wow, I need more energy. Maybe it's the coffee. Maybe I drink too much. I don't know. Sorry, I went off on a
No.
tangent. It's supposed to be joy. It's supposed to be joy. What's your joy?
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's extremely exciting though. I love good results from stuff like that. So I'm so glad. Yay. I feel like if
In-
everyone was here, we would all clap. But
Everyone is clapping at home. I want to say it. I want to say your clap.
yes. Okay. So one thing that's brought me joy,
Mhm.
I've decided, you know what? I just think I'm old. Like I think
No.
inside I'm like a grandmother because things that bring me joy are like things I think that like maybe shouldn't bring me joy, but I bought some new puzzles.
I thought you were going to say like you are, I don't know, knitting socks or something. I was like,
I
which is
actually
great.
would love to learn how to knit. I can knit a blob, but like I can't knit an actual sock. I wish I could. But
Okay, next time.
look at how cute this is.
That
Isn't
is
it so
beautiful.
cute? So I
Yeah.
got it from I think the artist's name is Janet Hill, who I'm obsessed with now. So I ordered 2 new puzzles. And here's the problem. I don't think I'm like capable enough to put this together because it's 1,000.
You
but we're gonna
are
try.
you know the tricks of jigsaw puzzles, right? You know the tricks of
No, there's a
how
trick?
well, it's just like this, like how you start them off. Like find the corners first, get the corners in, find all the end pieces, get all the end pieces together, start putting it out from the outside in, kind of thing. Instead of just doing all chaos, like, oh, that bit goes together, but I don't know where it fits. That's too chaotic.
Too
Start
chaotic.
on the outside in, kind of thing.
I'll do that. I think I'm gonna include it in a vlog. I'll include your top tips for puzzles and I'll do them because I
I'm
don't know.
probably wrong, but that's why I've never. Well, I have done puzzles. I just haven't done them in such a long time, but I should. They're
Very
fun.
nice.
Mm.
Okay, let's see what you guys have had that has brought you joy. I said that weird. Okay. The library. We love to see it. We love to see it. Harry Potter fan fiction. I love fan fiction. I never read fan fiction anymore, but I used to love it back in the day.
I'm supposed to be writing, like, not exactly fan fiction, but I am writing on Wattpad. I just can't write. For some reason, the past like month and a half, maybe 5 months, I just
Yeah.
haven't really been able to write.
I
Oh,
haven't either. We need to, you know what? I was telling all of my patrons that I really want to start like a writing sprint. If you ever want to join me,
mhm.
you
Right,
should.
writers retreat with Lexi and Gav. Yes.
Yes, because I think I need it. Because the same exact way I'm not doing anything with Wattpad, but like I really, really want to try making writing a priority. But I feel like when you are creative in your profession, which like we try to be kind of creative with YouTube, sometimes like I'm burnt out with my creativity and I have no idea what to write. So
Yeah, you put all of your time, focus, and attention on the YouTube kind of
yeah,
thing. So that means like 99% of your energy is gone
yeah,
to that. Yeah.
yeah. So let's see. My dog. Ooh, I love dogs. Ooh, oh my gosh, Sarai, that sounds so lovely. New bookshelves, I would be
Mm.
filled with serotonin.
Same. I don't know which one I prefer, the new laptop or the bookshelves, because I'm like, both
I
of
know.
them are quite huge.
That's a
Huge.
good that's a good week.
Yeah.
The haunted library. Yes, that's where we do all of our Discord sprints. I love the haunted library. This book club. Oh, that makes me happy. Visiting my sister. Oh, how exciting. I would love to go on a road trip with you, FYI.
Oh my god, yes. Could you imagine me, you, maybe Sabine as well? Oh my gosh.
That would be so fun. Oh my god, I would love that. Having a Chinese. Ooh. Well, you know what? Also, just FYI, I'm so hungry. Inevitably, you will hear my stomach in this live show.
Oh, bless you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, don't judge me too hardly. I got a McDonald's, but I mainly just got chips. I got like the fries
Oh,
in,
that sounds
in,
so good.
in the tea, essentially. But
Maybe I'll go there after this. Maybe
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, do it, do it. Don't judge me.
I'm not finding random gifts. Oh, that's so sweet.
Especially when it's co-workers as well. That is so nice.
Yes, that's so nice. Oh, I love book mail. Oh, and yeah, only 2 days left. That's very true.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my goodness. I love that.
Me too. Why? The amount of times I've accidentally dropped the cats as food bowls,
Yeah.
and the food's been everywhere, and I've just stood there crying, like, is there somebody else
Aw.
going to clean this up?
Yeah.
Who's going to clean this up? I mean, Ash and Tobu just eat anywhere.
They don't
But-
mind, yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, Jessica, I wish, but I'm glad that he was there. I'm glad he was there to help.
Tobu and Ash can be that for you.
Well, actually, no, because because I did have a little bit. I'm okay, everyone, but I did have a little bit of a fainting spell earlier,
I
and I was
saw
lying
that.
on the floor. And when I kind of woke up groggily, Ash was in the corner of the room just watching me. He wouldn't
Just
even come look.
watching?
Yeah, he was just standing there like
Oh no.
little tyke.
I need to do this. I need to do this.
Oh, device detox. Oh, that would be. I was going to say, why don't we do this like a Patreon thing? But then I'm like, but then we would have to use our devices.
Yeah, yeah. But I would love to do this as well because I scroll way too much on my phone now. I thought if I deleted TikTok, I would be fine, but
Mm.
now my brain just does it with Instagram.
Oh, fair. It
Yeah.
always fills that hole, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here, dyed my hair. Oh, how
Ooh.
exciting. Have you ever dyed your hair, Gavin?
Only to get rid of the grays. I keep it my
Oh.
natural color, but I haven't actually dyed it in a few months. When was the last time I dyed it? It must have been probably July. So I've just let like the gray grow out a
I
little bit.
like the gray. It's very distinguished.
Well, thanks, but sometimes it's just a little bit too obvious in person. I'm just like, I feel like the camera helps.
I like it.
Thanks.
Oh, this is so sweet. How exciting. Okay,
Oh,
let's move on to the next question. These live shows, sorry,
just perfect.
they're
They're
hard.
perfect.
Okay, good. Okay, okay. In Frostheart,
Mm.
song weavers can use music to connect and, in some cases, control other creatures. If you had one song that could give you this power and you had to sing it, what would it be? It can be any song, but you have to sing it. You have to break out every single time.
That's such a good question. Mine would be, baby, can't you see? I'm calling. A guy like you should wear a woman.
It's toxic.
Yes. With a taste of your lips, I'm
I'm
on a
on a
ride.
run.
Do do do
Love
do.
toxic. Oh, I feel like Britney Spears right now.
You
Slipping
are.
under.
It's so good, just like the real thing.
I think, okay, I feel like mine has to be kind of epic, right? But it has to be kind of unexpected. So, like,
Mhm.
what is epic and unexpected? And for me, it would be Somebody to Love by Queen.
Oh,
I feel like
that
that'd
is
be
very
fun.
epic.
Yeah, I feel like that'd
Yeah,
be fun. You know, like there's all this chaos. There's all of these monsters trying to get at you, and then all of a sudden,
just
can
and then you have a whole choir behind you.
anybody?
Anybody? Yes, yes, perfect. That, now I want to change mine to "We Will Rock You" by Queen. Then we can do the.
Could you imagine? No, that's the one. That's the one because then everyone could be doing it with you. Oh my
Yeah,
god. I can picture it.
even the creatures can do a
Even
bit
the
of.
creatures. That makes me so happy. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see here. So let's see what you guys are saying.
Some good
Um
ones I can see.
Oh, is there? Okay, so
Oh
we've got
yeah.
Amazing Grace. This is such a sweet one. I love this one as well.
Oh yeah. My vocals would not be able to carry that one though.
No, but like I do love this one.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
Oh
I
yeah.
What is Butterfly? I love Mariah Carey. I don't know
Mm.
why I don't know it. Oh, no, I don't know. Do you know it?
I don't think I would be able to place it. I've definitely heard it because I was watching actually a couple of days ago. There was the most famous song each month from 1980 to 2022, and I
Yeah.
watched that entire video. And "Butterfly" by Mariah Carey came on, and it was the first time I'd ever heard it. And I can't remember how it goes, but
I
it sounded good.
I need to look it up. I love Mariah Carey. Her whole album was actually called Butterfly once, and Heartbreaker was on there. Have you heard of Heartbreaker?
I've heard of it, but I don't know
Oh,
if
you
I
did
remember.
it. I don't actually play your games on me. I should have known right from the start you'd come and break my heart. You know?
Did Glee cover that? Because it sounds familiar. Maybe Glee covered it.
Probably. If it was in the earlier ones, I don't think so. I used to be a Gleek, you know?
Me too. Me too. Maybe they didn't cover it. Shall we put on Spotify and play it now?
Do it. Do it just for
No,
a second. No?
no, we can't because you could end up getting
Oh,
copyright.
that's right. Yeah, we can't do that.
Could you imagine?
Careless Whisper. This is so epic as well. Amber, I love this one.
Hmm. Very
Dreamweaver.
epic. Dreamweaver.
Help me. What is Dreamweaver?
Oh, I feel like I should know this.
I feel like I should know this too. I know that I know it. Have you ever just seen a title and you're like, I know this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go back into my memory. I'm not on my phone whatsoever. I'm not even on Google. I'm nowhere near Google. Dreamweaver. Is it by someone called Gary Wright?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think
I know I'll like it though.
me too. Me
Okay.
too.
Never gonna give you up. That one's good.
Um,
Spice Girls.
And you have to start off with a laugh as well. So it's like, yo, what's the you like do the laugh.
I love that. Fires of Wisdom. I don't know that one. That sounds good. We don't talk about Bruno. Could you imagine every single time you need a little bit of power? But
Oh,
it was my wedding day.
it was her wedding day.
Here, if you turn like this, it'll look like we're together. We were
That-
getting married and we're not.
it looked so believable. I genuinely thought we were in the same room there.
For Halloween, we'll dress up as them and we'll just do the whole thing like that.
Yes.
Amazing. Oh, that one's so good by Taylor Swift. Yes. This one makes me cry. I love Encanto. Do you like Encanto?
Oh, I love it so much. I think
You
for
too.
the longest time I didn't watch it, and then because I think it came out Christmas like 2021,
Yeah.
and then I think it was probably around about now, about a month after, I was like, "Oh, I should watch Encanto," and I did. It took me a while to catch on, but I did
It's
eventually.
so good. I love it. This one is actually I know all the lyrics to this one, and I used to want several like of the lyrics as a tattoo when I was younger. Do you know this one?
I think so. I would
Oh no,
definitely have did it.
Virginia, don't make me wait. You Catholic girls start much too late. That one?
Yeah, it all came back to me. I was really getting into that.
Also, this has to be for you, Gavin. It is not for me.
Thanks. No, I'm sure it was you, Lexi.
I'm so excited. Is that the one that's like, I'm so excited and
And
I
I just
just can't
can't
hide it?
hide it. That's the one. Is this a sing along? Is this not? This isn't even a book club live show. This is a
It's
sing
not,
along.
you know?
And I like
Yeah.
it.
Okay, good. Well, here, we'll move on because it's almost 6:30. We've only covered 2 questions. I don't know how that's happened, but
Because we're just having
we're
so much
having way too
fun.
much fun. That's
We're having
what it yeah.
fun. And we're singing. And we're just having the time of oh, we've had the time of our lives. That could be another one.
That one, and then, like, you have to leap into the monster's arms.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Okay, we're gonna go into spoilers now. Now, before we actually get into the actual spoilers, I'd love to know from everyone at home, what was your overall star rating for hold on, I have it next to me, Frostheart? Oh, look at you with the multiple covers. Is that the American edition?
Yeah, this is the American one, Voyager the Frostheart, which
I like
I
this one.
think does trip a lot of people up
Yeah.
because they don't know that it's called that. But what's worse is that the second book drops the Frostheart title, so it's just called Escape from Aurora. So nobody knew that the second book came out,
Oh my
and the third
gosh.
book dropped the Frostheart title as well. So nobody knew that came out either. So yeah,
That's not very good with the
I
publishing.
know.
I like this one too because it has like the little peekaboo window.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
It does.
cute. You sent
Oh,
me this one, Gavin.
I did. Was that like back in? Well, I think that was when we first became friends.
Yeah, it was. Oh,
Oh, good times,
memories.
good times.
Yes. I totally agree, by the way, Erin. Let's see here. So I gave it a 5-star. What did you give it?
I gave it a 2-star. I wasn't the biggest. I'm kidding. I gave it a 5-star, of course.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh my goodness. What is that?
Have you seen Friends?
Yes.
When they do that?
I don't know the reference. I can't
You
believe
don't-
it. Am I even a fan?
I'll put it in private chat
Okay.
because it's too rude to say out loud.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, let's see here. That's funny, by the way, Rocky.
Oh,
Okay. So we've got a 5-star, we've got a 4-star, we've got a 5, we've got a 5. Oh, excellent. 4, 5, 5, 3.5. Okay, let's see here. I did not love this book as much as I wanted, but I really yes, I totally understand. That's actually really valid because there is quite a bunch that happens in this and it is a little bit meandering at times, so totally
yeah.
fine.
Especially for the length. I feel like the
Yeah.
length of it is like quite long, even with the illustrations.
Yeah.
It is what, like nearly 450 pages.
Very
So
true. Very true. 4, 3, 4.5, 5, 4.5. Very nice. That American book totally messed me up. Yeah, same. 3, 4.5, 3.5. Very nice. But overall, pretty good ratings. That's very exciting. That always makes me happy. I don't know if you're the same way, Gavin. It's not like I feel personally responsible for everyone's happiness, but I do.
Mm.
So when I like pick a book where people don't love it, I'm like, oh shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is why I'm kind of glad I don't do like a public book club anymore because I always had the pressure of like, well, I'm picking something good, like say for Middle Grade Monthly, picking something that I think everyone would love, one that I think everyone would be able to have access to.
Yeah.
And when we did it at like the live show and stuff, and there were so many people who were disappointed, I'm like, you poor people
Yeah.
wasted your time, reading all of that. And I've just felt awful. So
Yeah.
yeah, no more public ones.
I know. I'm kind of the same. Plus, I kind of like even in Patreon, I feel like I can't get to everyone's comments. Which
Yeah.
what did you just read?
It's Christina's comment. I think you had it before, but I just read it properly there. I apologize. I
No,
hope they're
that's
not
okay.
watching now.
No, that's okay. But I don't remember what I was saying. But yes. Yes. Okay, let's go with some like lighter ones first. So who was your favorite character and why were they your favorite character?
Ooh. You know what? It's funny because I did interview Jamie Littler for the second book, and he wanted to know who my favorite character was as well, and I said Ash, and he said that's probably that surprises him because when he does all of the school events and stuff, and he talks to children about it.
Yeah.
Ash is never anyone's favorite character. It's always Luna or Torbo. Like it was always like the side characters and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Why Ash?" And I was like, "Because he kind of reminded me of Elsa from Frozen."
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, like he has to hide his powers from a village
Mhm.
and like from the stronghold, and it's a power that he can't control, and he's very fearful of it. And yeah, and I always related to Elsa as well. Like I know it sounds like silly, oh, Elsa Frozen and stuff, but I always like related to Elsa and stuff, and like that whole let it go and like keeping something in and like not being
Yes.
proud of who you are kind of thing. You
Yes.
always have to hide it. So I always saw like Ash as a little Gav really. Like he was me at what, like 8 or 9 or 10? I don't know how old Ash is.
So precious. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love that.
So that's why I love Ash. But I don't think a whole lot of people do think he's the best character in this. And he probably isn't the best objectively, but I just loved his struggle, his journey,
Yeah.
and seeing him come into his own. He did frustrate me a lot as well. Don't get me wrong, but he's young. He's young.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. What about you?
Believe it or not, Captain Nook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she, like, doesn't put up with anything, and I
Mhm,
I love that so much. I loved how she immediately welcomed Ash with, like, welcome
mhm.
arms,
Yeah.
but I also love how when Tobu was like, "We're not doing work," she was like, "Yes, you are." I don't know, there's just something about her that felt, like, so charming and whimsical, but, like, really solid, you know what I mean? I loved her.
Yeah, she was almost a kind of like a surrogate mother figure in a way. Like we
Yeah.
had Bobu who was like filling their kind of like fatherly role almost.
Yes.
And then with Captain Nook, it's nice because this is a story of like found family, especially the deeper into the series you get, the more you realize and like the kind of dichotomy between family and friends
Yes.
and how friends become the found family kind of thing. And Captain Nook, I think, is just you needed someone who would welcome somebody different into this like the arms of someone and make sure that they felt safe.
Mhm.
And oh yeah, Mary says McGonagall vibes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I could
see
see
that.
that. I could
Yeah,
totally see that.
but perhaps a bit more like boisterous, I guess, because Captain Nook was never afraid to speak her mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah,
So let's see, Luna. I loved Luna. I thought she was a great friend.
she was a very
Tobu.
fast friend, which I really enjoyed.
Yes,
Mm.
Tobu. I had a feeling Tobu was gonna be the number one. Oh, the captain. Oh my goodness, that's exactly what I said. I didn't
Yeah.
even see that. I love that. Tobu and Luna. I did love Luna. I loved Luna so much.
Yeah, she was good. Although now I'm looking because Ash and Toby were both asleep, and I'm like, don't think they're comparing you two. We're talking about fictional characters. They're not saying which one they prefer out of both of you. They love you both equally, okay? So
Also, this is so sweet. Even if the book was horrible, I wouldn't be mad about taking the time to read it. That's so sweet. We suffer together. That's
the-
true. Sometimes
yeah,
when you do like a book club, it can be fun to like hate on a book together if everyone
yeah,
collectively hates it.
yeah. I think the worst thing is when it's like really boring. Like
Yeah.
if it was boring, then that would make a bad book club book. But if it was like a 1 star, everyone hated it. I guess yeah, having that shared hatred is pretty. yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. Tobu, I absolutely agree. Luna, Tobu, hands down Tobu, Ash
Oh,
and Tobu. I bet you your cats are like,
that
because I'm
ears every
saying,
now and then.
because
Yeah,
I'm
that ear.
saying their names.
Yeah, well, Ash has dude. Hey, baby. Oh,
Yes.
he just groaned there. You probably didn't hear it, but he was like, "Oh yeah."
Aw, that's so cute. Oh, I love that. Okay, good. So let's see here. What do you think your favorite part of the book was?
My favorite part of the book. It was probably the I wouldn't say it was my favorite. It was the one that stands out to me quite a lot. But it was like I can't remember the guy's name um from the ship, the Frostheart. But when he died, and then
I
we
know.
we ended up getting to the later stronghold where it's revealed, like everything's revealed. Shard is bad and stuff, and I think that whole time when they're fighting for their lives in that like final stronghold of the book,
So
and
engaging, yeah.
yeah, it was so fast paced. So yeah, the maze scene. Thank you, Jessica. The maze scene is towards the end of the book was probably like my most exciting, but it happened. I think as soon as that death happened, because I agree with the comment before about like how it did slow down a bit and like it wasn't all fast paced. I do
Yeah.
think there was a bit of a lull in the middle of the book. But then as soon as that death happened, up until like kind of the final act with the maze, is like yes, like that was the one. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was so fast paced. I definitely agree. I really enjoyed that part too. I think my favorite part was it happened kind of like I like moments where you see like loyalty. So there was two
Mhm.
main like loyalty scenes for me. The first one was I loved when those boys were picking on Ash and Ash didn't even know Luna. And
Yeah.
Luna just immediately is like kind of gives it back to them, but like in a really sarcastic way to where they think that she is on their side. And then she like makes them feel like total idiots for making fun of Ash. I loved that.
Mhm.
She immediately skyrocketed to like my favorite character at that moment. But then Captain Nook slightly overtook her when she told Tobu that he had to clean her. I loved that. But I loved that moment with Luna. I thought that was amazing. And I loved it when Tobu came back. You
Mm.
weren't expecting it and he came back to save Ash. I thought that was beautiful and I cried.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, same. Like the series is filled with moments where Ash and Toby are just constantly sort of button heads, but
Yeah.
you see that growing and blossoming development happen. And like I honestly can't say it without, my cats and just like they genuinely feel like both Ash and Toby half the time. They'll butt heads.
Aww.
They'll butt heads, they'll not agree on things, they'll fight and stuff like that, but then they'll, lie down together and they'll just be cute together. And it's just like, oh, you boys, I named you well.
I love that so much. That's so cute.
Mm,
Yeah, these were super mysterious every single time, and
mm.
I had no idea who the Crow Witch was either. I didn't think they were bad though. Did you?
No, and it was, I mean, we'll probably talk about it later as well, but like, I guess when you think about bad people and like the portrayal of bad people and what you expect a bad person to look like versus what you think a good person looks like. I think the Crow Witch is a really good example of maybe like first impressions, like kind of cloud your judgment. And I don't
Absolutely.
think it's ever really, I think the Crow Witch is like very neutral. I don't think it's
Mhm.
ever really explained whether she's like evil or not.
Right.
But when you read more of this story, I think Jamie Littler said it was like Frostheart is a little bit like Lord of the Rings, how the first, second, and third book are just like one long book, but split into three
Mhm.
parts. That's
Yeah,
kind of like how like this one kind of works, and I can totally say that.
I like that. That's the one that yours favorite was, right? That your favorite
Yeah,
was?
yeah, that's
Yes. Okay, everyone is definitely agreeing. How
it
exciting.
ended the book well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, I totally, totally agree. I loved that was one of my favorite scenes too because I got super emotional when Tobu came in. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay. This apparently is is what everyone is saying. I love that. No, it's okay. I knew what you meant. The
But
May
do you know
scene
what?
for sure.
Autocorrect changes Toby's name to Toby all the time because whenever I'm texting my mum about my cats or something,
This
and it
Toby.
says Toby and Ash, and she's like, "Who's Toby?" I'm like, "Oh,
That's
not again."
hilarious. Yes! Oh my goodness, I forgot about this, but I was so excited when Tobu just, like, showed up, and I was like I mean, he clearly loved Ash from the beginning, even if he was pretending not to.
I have to show you this because Ash is just like, I don't know if he's lying on the thing, but he's just
Oh
like,
my
he's on his,
goodness.
he's on his back. He was stretching out. He's just being
That's
cute.
so cute.
He's
That's
just being
so
cute.
cute.
Sorry, that really distracted me. I'm sorry.
No, that's so cute.
Hmm.
Yes, that was so powerful. That
Hmm.
was such a great moment when the Fire people are like, no, he has to be out on his own. That made me so angry. And then Tobu was like, I don't want to be part of you then. You're not honorable people. I loved that.
Especially when you
Absolutely.
think adults can do that to a child. It's like
Yes,
very,
disgusting.
it is, yeah. And it just set up the world very, like, you just don't know. Like, you can't really trust a lot of the adult characters. So sometimes you just have to like rely on those you really care and love.
Yeah. I love yeah, I actually love okay, let's talk about that actually for a second because I was not expecting for that to help me so much, but I feel
Mm.
like specifically in this story, it helps a ton because there are so many characters. It
Mm.
really helped me to picture everyone.
I think if there weren't any illustrations, was like Captain Nook like some kind of like walrus kind of character-ish? Was
Yes.
that? And I'm just like, I never would have like I
Same.
guess picked that up if I hadn't have seen it with my own eyes. And I guess with the middle grade, it's kind of like it isn't overtly detailed because
Mhm.
you know you have to like keep the reader's attention, children's attention, but because it's illustrated as well, it just and it's yeah, I think a story like this where I guess the imagination would require so much work to figure out how everything looked in it. But it's just honestly, Jamie Little is one of like my favorite illustrators. I'm not just saying that because like I just love him so much,
No,
but like
he's amazing. I totally
yeah,
agree.
seriously, it just when you flick through it and you just I just
Yeah.
love it so much. I just love the way his characters look, the snowy
Could
landscape.
you imagine being that talented where you could write this and illustrate it? Like I
Right?
couldn't be me.
It couldn't be me either. And he had to do these in like a year, or like even less than a year. When you think
Oh
about
my
it, like when he has to like
gosh.
get the book done, get all the illustrations done, get it sent off to the printers, publishers, edited and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
such a quick turnaround. Where does the sleep fit in?
Do you hear the geese?
At the minute, no.
They're so loud. They're like, why are they fighting? It's like it's dark here. Anyways, sorry. Favorite part was when Ash and Luna. Aw, that's sweet. Yeah, I like those little moments as well. I don't remember this as much, but I guess a lot happens in the book, so
Mm.
I'll just
There's
keep
just
it.
yeah, a lot of touching moments. Again, you probably have to reread it as soon as you finish it.
Yeah. Well, let's go into Gavin sent me some really, really incredible questions as well. And I really, really want to get to a couple of those. So I loved this one, Gavin. It says, how do we feel about the adoptive father role Tobu took on for Ash? And did our minds change about their relationship as the story progressed? I
Yeah.
thought that was brilliantly worded. I thought that was so good.
I
And it's a great question.
I think that's probably why a lot of people in the chat is like, I'm not speaking for all of you guys, I promise. But I think why a lot of people think Tobo is their favorite, or like, no, Tobo is their favorite, is because of what he sacrifices himself to become that kind of fatherly figure for Ash. And that
Mhm.
reluctance, like, he doesn't just like automatically fill that role. Like,
Yeah.
there is some reluctance there. And he does have like those moments with Ash at the start where it's just like a lot of friction and even throughout, not just in this book, but the rest of the series, the kind of like Ash and his behavior towards Torbo and a kind of rebellion, I guess, in seeing how Torbo deals with that is just incredible to watch. Because you think about Parent. You think about parenting as like, I guess in some books, it seems probably a lot more easier than it is. Like either in a children's book, the children don't have parents, or
Mhm.
they do have parents, but they're just non-existent. And
Yeah.
Tobo is such a present figure in the series, and in the first book especially. And he doesn't ever hinder Ash's adventure or progress. Like he does try and make him be more cautious. He does try and teach his lessons, but
Yes.
he never, I guess, um lowers Ash or like prevents him from, I don't know, like from the progression that he's supposed to do. He never holds him back. So to see him fill that role, it's just so touching, honestly. Like, oh, when I think about somebody who is that selfless enough to look after someone else, it's incredible. I can't think of a stronger bond.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Um, so I actually really agree with this comment. So it says, I didn't love Tobu at first, but he definitely grew on me. And I, at first, so Tobu won huge points with me when he was like, I'm going to stick with Ash, even when everyone is turning their back on him. But
Mhm.
one thing that really frustrated me about Tobu was that he was constantly kind of telling Ash to like hide who he was. Now,
Mm.
obviously, he has to because they live in a world where like if Ash is a song weaver, he will be abandoned by everyone and like sought out. And so but at first I was really frustrated because it seemed like Tobu was like don't sing, don't do it. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I like that because I can clearly tell like that's what Ash is supposed to." But the
Mhm.
reason I love Tobu is because he changes along with Ash. He's like, "Okay, you're going to sing? I'm going to teach you then. We're going to do it the right way." And
Yeah.
that to me is so what a parent is. Like, maybe you have like different expectations or guidelines or whatever, but you see what your child wants to do and you're like, "All right, bet. Number 1 fan. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out the right way to do it." And I thought that was so beautiful, like the change and how supportive he became and also how protective he became of Ash. Like not only was he supportive of Ash's singing towards the end, but he was also really protective in making sure that it wasn't done in the wrong ways
Yeah.
by Shard, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many layers to that dynamic in that relationship.
Yeah.
It would take forever to unpack, I think. But I think that's probably why a lot of people, and I think someone mentioned it just before, Planets and Pages. I was disappointed when Ash chose to believe Shard over Tobu because of how much Tobu sacrifices. I feel like that's probably a lot of reasons why people don't think Ash is their favorite character. I think Ash probably lost some brownie points for, I guess, the way he acted and the way he reacted to Tobu. And it did give me more sympathy for Tobu whenever that happened.
Yeah.
And when he did choose Shard over him. Um, and then I have to try and think of the bigger picture. And Shard was offering Ash to find his, his biological parents, his blood parents, the parents who he hasn't seen for such a long time, and that's like his thing. Obviously, like I again, I hate the fact that he did that. I hate it so much. But yeah, I think he starts the book wanting to find his parents, and that's kind of still how he's ending the book is wanting to find his parents.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it hurts me as well because I'm like, but I don't want him to throw Tobu under the bus in order to do that, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like what he did.
Yeah.
So it's such a tricky conversation when you're a child. Like, well, I guess Ash is like what, like 12 or something. I don't know. And like when you're that age, I think all he could think of was, I just want to see my parents. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. I agree. This was so sad when this was included in the book. And I thought it was great. One thing that I think Jamie Littler does very, very well is he's great at giving layers to these characters. I feel like a lot of the times in middle grade, it can be kind of easy to make it more about the plot, but he
Mm,
does a great job at giving so many great backstories for every single one of these characters to kind of show why is Tobu so hesitant? Well, it's because of his past. Like it all kind of makes sense the more you read, and I thought that was really well done.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And I felt like it was kind of like really well done for a middle grade too. There's been a lot of times when I think a lot of things were spelled out,
Mhm.
like very early on, I guess, to let us see character motivations early on. But I think Jamie did a good job of the storytelling there because, yeah, as you said before, you didn't like Tobu to begin with. And I think a lot of authors would like try and not have that kind of feeling towards a fatherly figure that early on. But Jamie Littler chose, you know what, I trust you guys will get to
Yeah.
the point, you'll get there and your feelings may or may not change. And I love the patience that people seem to have for Tobu.
Me too. Me too. And he
I'm glad
became quickly one of my
yeah,
favorite characters.
I'm glad Brittany loved him from the beginning though.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could tell with him that he was going to be a really special character, I think. I think
Yeah.
it was yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay, now I hear music. What is going on?
Are the geese having a party? What is
maybe, I don't know. Oh, Gavin, do you know if this was Jamie's debut? I feel like it was.
It was. He illustrated a lot of other people's books for years beforehand, but this was his first ever fiction as an author.
Okay. Ash got a pass for that with me because he's a naive kid. Yeah, that's actually really true. I think when you're like a little kid, sometimes you say things and you don't know the consequences. And so, even though that was really painful that he did that to Tobu, he
Yeah.
was just a kid. So, it totally made sense.
I
Let's go to your next question. So, it says, did we think Shard was an obvious villain? I love
mm.
this question. I think it's a really, really great question. For
Well,
me, yes. He
yeah.
reminded me of Scar.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I don't know why.
I can totally say that. I mean, the name is kind of familiar. I think also Shard himself kind of filled a sort of uncle role or like a big brother kind of role almost
Yes.
for Ash.
Yeah.
But I honestly I didn't see it when because like
Really?
yeah, as Erin said, I thought maybe it would be too obvious if he was. So I was like, he's not going to be a bad guy. It would be too obvious, and then it turned out he did. And I think that was also kind of a good thing in a way
Yeah.
because again, like as we had the Crow Witch, we had Shard. It kind of subverted each kind of expectation for it. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people would probably like, yeah, say that total Scar vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. Oh, also, before we move on, I totally saw this. I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, but when Tobu was talking to Ash about like how everything in the world has like one song, it definitely reminded me of the Force.
I've only seen one Star Wars film. I should probably watch more.
Okay, so like in super quickly, let me show my nerd. In Star Wars, the teachings is that like you can go to the dark side, which was like Shard. That reminded me of Shard, where you can do your power with like anger and all this other stuff, and you can control things that way. And there's a lot of power. Or you can do things like the more peaceful way, and you can connect to everything because everything has a living force through it. And that kind of reminded me a lot because of like the fact that everything had one song that was connect. I don't know. I liked it. I liked it, and I definitely saw this as well. So Rocky, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, apparently other people saw this too. I wonder if Jamie Littler um is a Star Wars fan or if that was a total accident because I thought that was cool.
He probably is a Star Wars fan, to be honest. Sounds like something you'd be into.
Okay, so I had a question that kind of went along with your last question, and that was this. Shard was definitely the villain of the story, but was he the only villain of the story? Or did you have someone who you thought was more villainous?
Oh, interesting question. I think Torbu is the main villain. I'm kidding.
Could you imagine? It could just be Shard, but when I was reading this, I actually saw that there was a different thing that I thought was even more villainous, I thought, than Shard. And I'm wondering if I'm the only person who picked up on this. Thank you. I'm not the
Oh,
only one who
yeah.
picked up on this.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it now.
Yep.
Stop being so cute, Ash. I think he's paw stuck. I think he's looking at this. I think he's paw stuck. 2 seconds.
Oh, oh no.
He's all right. He just gets stuck on things a lot because he's a little. But yes, I totally say that. For some reason, there I was thinking for a second. Wait, what? And then I realized, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
There's so many things that I feel like this book did so well. But one of my favorite things is that I feel like Jamie Littler shows
Mm.
systematic oppression very, very well. So if we go to 405, which I'll go for. Hold on.
405, which is
405.
chapter
Oh wait, no,
40,
it's 404. It's 404.
chapter 42.
I love this. It feels like we're in school. I love this so much. So it says, Shard smirked, isn't he? I too was outcast from my stronghold for being a song weaver. I too have been hated and scorned simply for being different. I was thrown into the wilds to die, like all our people. And when you think about it, the way this world is set up,
Hmm.
song weavers basically have one of two choices. They can
Mhm.
either go out and kind of die in the wilderness when they've inevitably been cast out, or they can kind of be sneaky and bad to survive, because keep in mind, no one is teaching Shard how to use his powers. So
Mhm.
like he might, I don't know his backstory, but maybe the only times he's actually been able to access those powers were from pain and grief and
Mhm.
anger and fear. And so it kind of makes a little bit of sense. And I don't like him,
Mhm.
obviously,
Mhm.
but I don't blame him, because the people who I think you should be blaming are the people who have set it up so that he has to inevitably become bad.
Oof, this oh god, you just 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. Seriously, like, that was, like, chills after chills. No, I totally agree. When you think of Shard, he is, like, the potential future of Ash. You will look at Shard and he's like, yeah, he's Ash as a 25 to 30-year-old. I have no idea how old Shard is. But, like, this is the inevitable future. If you don't teach your children to this power that apparently is so dangerous and so frowned upon that everyone's scared of. If they don't teach that, then the only other option is to cast them aside as if they're
Yes.
nothing, as if they're not wanted, or as if they're bad. And if someone's treated so badly, they're obviously going to treat you badly back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I totally get it. The way you said you don't blame him. You do get backstory further on. You absolutely do. You find out way more.
Oh, good.
The third book made me cry. So it's like a very emotional roller coaster, but I think the whole series itself is a great way of looking at yeah, as you said, like the oppression, the way that we treat people and the way that we treat people who are different and how they turn out. And how they turn out is always because of us, like
Yeah.
I feel like there is a nature versus nurture kind of argument there. So,
Yes.
oh, so
And
deep.
it's this whole cycle of abuse where it's like, who do you blame? Because it is Shard's fault, and I think it would be not accurate to say that it's not his fault too, but also he's literally a product of this cycle of abuse. And it's, I don't know, I just thought it was very well written, because I don't even know if it's necessarily supposed to be super evident, but I felt like it was so smartly included. I don't know. I
Yeah,
enjoyed that. Also, on the opposite is this. On the opposite are people who I think are idolizing song weavers to the point where it's toxic. And yeah, so I totally agree with this as well. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that whole thing there then also informs Ash's decision to choose Shard because he sees exactly what his future could be.
Yeah.
Um, and when you meet the only other person that you identify with or you think is the only one in the world,
Yeah.
um, I guess you feel the need, and maybe that kind of self protection, like, oh, I need to know more. I need to know how to protect myself. And yeah, if only Shard had a Tobo, that's so sad.
That's so
Oh,
sad. That's so
oh
sad,
yeah.
because it's true. If you think about it, the reason Ash is where he is kind of because he was lucky enough to have a person who wanted to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it's really emotional. Like if you think about it, it's so well done. My gosh.
Yes.
I
Oh,
totally agree with this too. I think the reason I love it so much is because every character that we've really gotten to get to know has had so many back stories and like layers to them. I love it.
so at the end of this book, do you feel invested enough
Yes.
to to like in
Yes.
what Ash's story and everything? Like it goes crazy adventurous, so it's good.
I'm picking up this. Well, I have the second one. I'm going to be reading it, I think, in the next month. But also, so many of my Patreons have picked up the second one and the third one too. So that makes me so happy.
You got the second one? Did I send you the second one?
You sent me the second one. Yeah. The only one that I don't have is the third.
Well, I need to send your Shakespeare and Co tote bag, so I'll send it with that because I do have I got loads of copies. I must have just forgot to
I'm
send you one.
excited.
I'm such a dip.
I'm so excited. Ah! Let's see. This says out of the subject, but I kind of wish in another book Ash will become friends with it. Oh my goodness, that's so cute.
Oh
Can you
yeah,
imagine?
that would be so cute. Or like maybe like a baby Leviathan, because
Yes.
like whether or not Leviathans are good or bad is
So
another thing.
cute. Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's talk about that one next, because that was a really great one as well. So it says, what do we think of the Leviathans? Terrible monsters or misunderstood creatures?
See, the thing is, I can't exactly say what I think because I've read the series, but
Oh, do you
but
want me? Okay, go ahead.
yeah, but even just like reading from the first book,
Mhm.
like just my first book thoughts in general, I always, because the people of the strongholds, I didn't trust them ever. So I never quite trusted that what they said, like everything they said was true about them. They
Yeah,
obviously look scary and they do chase the Frostheart crew, they do cause a lot of chaos and destruction. But I think because we were told a lot of this stuff by the stronghold and they are manipulators, they are the ultimate gaslighters.
yeah.
I just from the beginning, I just didn't trust everything I was told. So I was like, I feel like from just like this book alone, I was like, oh, I feel like there's more to them than just them being ravenous, soulless machines, you know?
I totally agree with that. I totally agree. I think so. I felt bad for them too, actually. They're just, if you think about it, they're just trying to live their life. It's not their fault that they're hungry and stuff. So I totally agree. Misunderstood. I
Mhm.
thought they were really interesting as well. I wanted to learn more about them. They were
Same.
such a focus at the beginning that I did think that they were going to play more of a role, and they did at the end actually. But I hope we get to see more of them in the next couple.
Oh,
So.
you might do, you might do.
This is like a little tease, I guess, for continuing on in the series.
Just trying to get
Um,
you hyped.
yeah. Let's see here. Let's do. Let's do this one. We'll do three more. So this one says, any theories for if Ash will find his parents? I'm gonna Okay, so I have not read the series and I don't know. I think it would be lovely if he found his parents, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to find out along the way that his friends and his crew are his family. That's
His
what I think.
his found family are the family he was looking for the entire time.
That's what I think. I think it's going to be a hallmark moment. But I would say I wouldn't be mad if he found his parents. I think either one would be really sweet.
Hmm. I will say it's just so intriguing, like, and just so like subversive as well. It does subvert your expectations, I think, in books two and
Okay.
three.
He might find them. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my goodness. Oh, but that was very bleak. Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Sarai. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I think he will. Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you, the thing I cried at, I can't even say because yeah, spoilers. I can't even say like the general ballpark of why I cried, but just yeah.
Okay, this is what I think. I think his family was with him all along. Oh,
Mm.
unless you think his family's actually with him all along, in which case I don't know. That would be a cool twist too. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, that's so sweet.
his
That
the
made me happy.
Frostheart crew are his Fox and fam.
That's so sweet.
Mm.
Okay, so I guess we're pretty divided. Half the people think yes, and half the people are saying no. I think he's going to find other. That's what I think. I think he's going to find a community that really accepts and loves him, but I think he's going to choose to stay with the Frostheart. I could see that because he'll have found his family, and the overall message will be it's okay if not everyone accepts me because I've got my crew with me.
Mm.
That sounds so lovely.
It
Anyways.
does. I got chills again.
Okay, so we'll do two more. What overall messages did you take away from the book? What was like the strongest message that you took away from it?
Don't let people decide who you are, I guess.
I
You
love
get to
that.
make your own path.
Yes.
Don't let the bullies get you down.
Yes.
You make your friends, you make your family.
I love that. Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Hashtag found family. I think mine would be, I'll say something different. Embrace your differences.
Mm,
Embrace your differences because what might scare somebody else might be your power. It might be what makes you really special.
true. Oh, that's beautiful as well. Oh, say everyone should now rate this book a five.
Yeah. I
Just
love that. Start meditation yesterday. This is actually a great one. Fully. I totally love this one. Be yourself and be proud of it. Don't let others choose your path.
Oh my gosh,
Rise
I just
above.
remembered something from the book as well, like a
What?
random funny moment
What?
when I think is Ash learning to play music or play a song, and he hears like some music. He's like, "Oh, what's that beautiful melody?" And then it turns out someone just farted or something like that. I'm sure I, I think that happened like some random part of the book. And I was like, that's hilarious. It's like it's potty humor, but I kind of like it. I dig
I
it.
love it. I don't remember that, but now that's my favorite part of the book.
Oh.
Let's see. Just because someone is older than you doesn't mean they're wiser. Mary, that is so profound. Oh, let's take a moment. Oh my goodness.
Ash is saying hello, everyone. This is
Hello,
Ash.
Ash. Ash is so handsome.
Mm.
I cannot.
He's getting
So
so
cute.
big. He's getting so
He's
big.
he's so cute. Don't trust a shard. I actually think this is it's funny, but it's actually also really, really true. Like, be careful who you put your trust in
True,
immediately, you know?
true. They might, say all the right things to you, but
Yes.
you have to let their actions speak louder.
Absolutely. Learning to be patient when you're trying to nurture a skill. I think this is really good too because I'm a person who likes to be perfect overnight and I sometimes will like take shortcuts and yeah, I need to not do that.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Yeah. Set your own expectations for yourself. Don't live by other people's expectations. Love that. Use the force. Love that too. Differences isn't bad. Totally. Speak your truth, but safely. Don't underestimate the power of a song, especially if it's Queen.
Yes, Queen or Britney Spears, you heard it here first.
Absolutely. And then, this is a really good. Wait, what does this say? It says, just wanted to say though, during the Song Weaver showdown at the end, what if it was a rap battle? That would be amazing.
Oh, like in Pitch
Love that.
Perfect. In Pitch
Absolutely love
Perfect,
that.
they do a riff off. Oh, yes.
Yes. So before we go, my last question is going to be, do you guys have any questions that you
Yes.
would like to be brought up? Because I don't think there are, but I like to leave a little bit of space at the end of the live shows just in case you wanted us to talk about something that we have not talked about. I'll give you a second.
You want to say Tobu
Yes, I
now?
do. Look at
Tobu.
how handsome.
Man.
He's
Hello,
so
beautiful.
cute.
He's so patient as well, honestly. Like he kind of like he does want to like be put down and stuff like that, but he's so patient about it as well. He's just like Tobu. He's just patient.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love this too. It's okay if you're different. That's what makes you special. Well, I don't
That
see
makes you beautiful. Sorry.
I don't see any questions. Do you see any questions?
No, I think probably just it's slow StreamYard as well.
Oh, that's
StreamYard
true.
as well.
That's true. Okay, wait, here. Let's see here. Does song weaving get more explained in the other books? I found it a bit confusing. Good question.
Yes, yes, and especially when Ash is getting more into his powers too.
Mhm.
I think the first book was like more the setup. The second book is there's a big segment in it that I think is quite a lot of lore. If anyone's ever played like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it
Yes.
felt a little bit like that, where you get like a lot more of the world through the exploration of it. So yes, you absolutely do. You
Perfect. And then there's two questions that are the exact same, which is your favorite book in the series?
Oh, I mean, the third book was like perfect. I
Third
was like,
one?
I was crying. I
Love
don't know.
it.
I think objectively, maybe the second book because of the adventure of it and like the
Okay.
exploration and just like how epic and like some parts of it were like so scary, like how epic it was. But I think the third book, I was just, the beautiful character moments just came together and
Love it.
it blew me away. It's such a good series,
I'm
honestly.
excited. I'm honestly so excited to continue on. I loved this book. It's definitely going to make my top 10, I think, of the year. Beautiful. So
Yeah.
great. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming, for introducing all of us to this book, for hanging out with us, and for all of your insight. It was just lovely. I just love chatting with you in these lives, Gavin.
Honestly, I got so many different perspectives, like from you, from the beautiful people in the chat as well. Just like about this book that I never really thought about before, and I've probably read this book like 4 or 5 times. I don't know now. So it's like, yeah, it's a special one to me. But I'm glad you all enjoyed it somewhat. I do.
Yes, I had the best time. Well, you guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I
Thank
love these book
you.
clubs so much. It's
Right.
just such a fun time when we all get to hang out. And I loved hearing all of your things. Wait, hold on. I want to read one book of the series each year. Oh, I love that. That's so exciting. That's a great idea.
That is a
Um,
good idea.
yeah, but thank you again so much for coming. I will see all of you tomorrow for our next live show, and then we'll see you guys together on Friday, or a lot
Yeah.
of you, the Ink and Quill and the Golden Key members. Yes,
Yes. And
yes.
I was gonna say, like, because it's Thursday now for me, and I was like, tomorrow, that's all Valentine's. But
Oh yeah,
that's only because it's after midnight now for me. So
that's right. It's late over there. Are you sleepy yet?
no. Not
Okay.
really. But I definitely I think I'm too tired to read, but I'm not sleepy enough to sleep. I'm in that zone.
Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, I love all of you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming, and we will see you very, very soon. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.